Number 1. 1978 Lincoln Mark VII Cartier Edition, priced at $4,500, located in Fayetteville, Georgia. Now here's a classic luxury car that comes with both style and a bit of a challenge. The Cartier Edition Lincoln was all about premium feel back in the day, smooth lines, elegant details, and that unmistakable late 70s luxury presence. Finished in blue with a beige interior, it has that classic upscale color combo that fits the car perfectly. Even today, it still carries that refined, almost understated look. Under the hood, the engine fires right up, which is always a good starting point. It's paired with an automatic transmission, and while it does go into drive, the seller mentions it feels rough due to what could be a failing hygroboost system. There's also no reverse at the moment, which is something to definitely keep in mind. Driving this car as is would be more of a limited experience right now. It moves, but clearly needs some attention before it can be fully enjoyed on the road. Condition-wise, it's a mixed bag. The interior is still in good shape overall, though there are some issues like the driver window not working, seat motors that need attention, and a missing door panel piece. On the outside, there's some trim damage and a broken antenna, but nothing too unusual for a project at this price. The good news is the top is in excellent condition, and the car comes with a clean title, which is always a. As a restoration project, this is where things get interesting. You've got a classic luxury platform that could be brought back to life with the right work. Focus on the drivetrain and electricals first, then clean up the cosmetics. For $4,500, this is a budget-friendly entry into vintage luxury, with plenty of room to build it back into something special. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 2. 1987 Toyota Cressida Luxury Sedan, priced at $3,700, located in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Now here's a hidden gem from the late 80s, a car that blends Toyota reliability with a touch of luxury that often gets overlooked. The Cressida was Toyota's flagship sedan before the Lexus era, and it still holds up surprisingly well today. Finished in red with a matching red interior, this one has a bold, very retro look that really stands out. It's completely stock and original, which is getting harder to find with these cars. Under the hood, it's powered by the 5MGE inline-6 paired with an automatic transmission and a 3.90 rear end. It's not a high-performance setup, but it's smooth, reliable, and perfect for daily-style cruising. It even still has features like headlamp washers and TMS electronic suspension, which were pretty advanced for the time. On the road, the Cressida is all about comfort and balance. It's quiet, composed, and easy to drive, more of a refined experience than a sporty one. Condition-wise, the interior is described as super clean, which is a big plus. The body is straight and complete, though there is some rust, and it could use a few small fixes here and there. As a restoration project, this is a great candidate. You've got a mostly original platform that runs and drives, so you can slowly bring it back while still enjoying it. For $3,700, this is an affordable entry into a classic Japanese luxury sedan with solid reliability and unique character. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 3. 1984 Porsche 944, priced at $7,500, located in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Now here's a true entry point into classic Porsche ownership without completely breaking the bank. The 944 is one of those cars that perfectly balances performance, style, and everyday usability. Finished in red with a black leather interior, this one has the timeless 80s sports car look, clean lines, pop-up headlights, and a stance that still feels relevant today. It's an unrestored example, which makes it even more interesting for enthusiasts. Under the hood, it's powered by a 2.5-liter inline-4 paired with a manual transmission and rear-wheel drive. That front engine, rear drive layout gives the 944 its well-known balanced handling. On the road, this is where the car really shines. The 944 is known for its precise steering and solid cornering feel. It's not the fastest car out there, but it's incredibly engaging to drive. Condition-wise, it's a solid driver with a long history of maintenance. Major services like timing belt, sensors, brakes, and clutch work have already been done over the years. That said, it's not perfect. There are some paint issues on the hood, the AC isn't currently working, the sunroof mechanism needs repair, and the odometer has stopped working. As a project, this is a great platform. Most of the heavy mechanical work has been handled, so you can focus on cosmetic fixes and small details to really bring it back. For $7,500, this is a well-documented classic Porsche with strong driving potential and room to improve. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 4. 1968 Chevrolet Corvair Monza convertible, priced at $15,700, located in Reading, Pennsylvania. Now here's something a little different from the usual muscle car crowd. The late model Corvair has its own unique charm, especially in convertible form like this one. Finished in blue with a matching blue interior, it's got that clean, cohesive look that really fits the era. Drop the top, and it instantly becomes a perfect weekend cruiser. Under the hood, you've got that signature rear-mounted air-cooled engine paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. It's not about raw power, but more about the unique driving feel that only a Corvair can offer. On the road, this car is surprisingly fun. Lightweight, simple, and engaging. It gives you a different kind of classic driving experience, something a bit more relaxed but still very enjoyable. Condition-wise, it's described as a solid driver, not a show car. There are some minor imperfections in the paint and interior, but the big highlight here is no rust, which is huge for a car of this age. It also comes with stock wheels, hubcaps, and some extra parts. As a restoration project, you're already in a great place. The car runs great and is complete, so it's more about refining and bringing it up to the next level if you want. For $15,700, this is a clean, running classic convertible with a unique layout and plenty of personality. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 5. 1975 Buick LeSabre convertible priced at $11,000, located in Bowie, Maryland. Now this is classic American cruising at its core. The mid-70s LeSabre convertible is all about size, comfort, and that laid-back open-top experience that's getting harder to find today. Finished in blue with a white interior, it's got that classic color combo that just works especially on a big-body convertible like this. Even in its current condition, you can already picture it cleaned up, top down, just cruising on a summer day. Under the hood, it's paired with an automatic transmission, built more for smooth driving than performance. These cars were never about speed, they're about comfort, presence, and effortless cruising. On the road, once sorted, this would be a pure cruiser. Big, soft, and relaxed, exactly what you'd expect from a full-size Buick of this era. Condition-wise, this one is definitely a project. The seller mentions it needs a trunk pan, a new convertible top, and some work on the rear driver's side floor pan. So there's some structural and cosmetic work ahead. But that's also where the opportunity comes in. The mileage is relatively low, and the car appears to be a solid starting point if you're looking to bring a classic convertible back to life. As a restoration project, this is a hands-on build. You'll want to address the rust areas first, get the structure solid, then move on to cosmetics and finishing touches. For $11,000, this is a classic full-size convertible with real potential, especially if you've been looking for a big-body cruiser to restore. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 6. 1970 Ford Torino priced at $11,500, located in Washington, D.C. Now this is a classic muscle-era project with a serious attitude. The 1970 Torino already has that aggressive body style, but this one takes it a step further with a big block swap. Finished in green with a matching green interior, it's got that raw, old-school look. It's not a show car by any means, but it has that rough and ready vibe that a lot of enthusiasts actually love. Originally a 302 car, it's now been swapped with a 429 V8 paired to a C6 automatic and a 9-inch rear end. That's a solid drivetrain combo, and with upgrades like Performer heads, Edelbrock carb and pump, MSD ignition, and cooling upgrades, there's definitely some performance potential here. On the road, this Torino would feel powerful and a bit wild, more muscle than refinement. It's the kind of car you drive for the sound, the torque, and the presence. Condition-wise, it's a driver-level build. The floors and rockers are solid, which is a big plus, and it's already had a basic paint job. But there are still things left to finish, like wiring, finding a proper hood, and possibly going through another round of bodywork and paint. As a project, this is a great foundation. A lot of the hard mechanical work is already done, so now it's about dialing it in and cleaning it up to match your vision. For $11,500, this is a big block classic with real muscle and plenty of room to take it to the next level. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 7. 1991 Chevrolet Corvette base, priced at $8,200. Located in Portsmouth, Virginia. Now here's a true 90s American sports car icon with a bit of personality. The C4 Corvette has always had that futuristic for its time design, and today, it's one of the most affordable ways to get into a real performance car. Finished in black with a gray interior, it's got that sleek, low-slung look that still feels sporty even decades later. It's clean, simple, and unmistakably Corvette. Under the hood, you've got a V8 paired with an automatic transmission, delivering that classic American power. This one has had a lot of recent maintenance too, things like new brakes, tires, battery, ignition components, and more, so it's been kept up pretty well. One standout feature is the adaptive electronic suspension, something that was pretty advanced for its time and even comparable to higher-end models back then. On the road, the C4 is all about that raw driving feel. Low seating position, strong acceleration, and a connection to the road that makes every drive feel a bit more exciting. Condition-wise, it's a solid driver. The seats function, though the lumbar support isn't working, and there's a small battery drain issue the seller is addressing. But overall, it's in good shape for the age and mileage. As a project, this is more of a light refresh than a full restoration. Most of the important work is already done, so you can just fine-tune it and enjoy. For $8,200, this is a fun, affordable entry into classic Corvette ownership with plenty of driving enjoyment. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 8. 1971 Dodge Coronet priced at $6,900, located in Griffin, Georgia. Now here's a full-size classic that's more about usability than show quality. The 1971 Coronet sedan doesn't always get the spotlight, but it offers that solid, no-nonsense Mopar feel. Finished in gold, it has that vintage, slightly understated look that fits a four-door cruiser perfectly. It's not flashy, but it definitely has character. Under the hood, it's paired with an automatic transmission, and according to the seller, it runs and drives great. Even better, it's been taken on long trips up to 4 hours round trip with no issues, which says a lot about its reliability. One nice surprise is that both the AC blows cold and the heater works well, making it a comfortable cruiser in different conditions. On the road, this Coronet is all about smooth, relaxed driving. It's not built for speed, but it's perfect for cruising around town or taking on longer drives without stress. Condition-wise, this is a driver-level car. Mechanically solid, but cosmetically it does need some attention, like the seats, which could use reupholstering or at least seat covers to clean things up. As a restoration project, this is a light project. The important part, the drivetrain, is already sorted, so you can focus on interior and cosmetic improvements. For $6,900, this is a reliable, usable classic that you can drive right away while slowly making it better. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 9. 1960 Ford Falcon, priced at $10,500, located in Dawsonville, Georgia. Now here's a true early 60s compact classic that keeps things simple in the best way possible. The Ford Falcon was designed to be lightweight, practical, and easy to live with, and that's exactly what makes it so appealing today. Finished in blue with a matching blue interior, this one has that clean, uniform look that really suits the car. It's not overdone, just a nice, honest classic that presents well. Under the hood, it's powered by a 170 inline-6 paired with a 2-speed automatic transmission. It's not about speed, but it's smooth, reliable, and perfect for relaxed cruising. On the road, the Falcon feels light and easy to drive. It's one of those cars you can just hop in and enjoy without overthinking it. Simple, straightforward, and very classic. Condition-wise, this one has had an older restoration, but it still shows nicely. There are a few small paint imperfections, but nothing major. Mechanically, it's been refreshed with a new radiator, alternator conversion, manifold gasket, and new tires, which is a big. As a restoration project, you're really just fine-tuning here. The car already runs and drives well, so it's more about maintaining it or bringing the cosmetics up a notch if you want. For $10,500, this is a clean, usable classic that's easy to own and enjoy right away. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 10. 1972 Chevrolet Nova, priced at $17,000. Located in Calera, Alabama.
Why don't we? Oh, that car's spraying.
Now this is not your average classic cruiser, this is a full-on drag car build with serious power. The 1972 Nova already has that clean, aggressive muscle car look, but this one takes things to a whole different level. From the outside, it still carries that classic Nova silhouette, simple, compact, and purpose-built. But you can tell pretty quickly this car is all business. Under the hood is where things get wild. It's running a 421 cubic inch aluminum Brodix engine pushing around 1,000 horsepower. That's race car territory. It's also equipped with a Kiley crank and rods, which tells you this motor was built to handle serious performance. This isn't a car meant for casual cruising. On the strip, it's built to launch hard, go fast, and deliver raw, adrenaline-filled performance. Everything about it is focused on speed and power. Condition-wise, details are limited, but with a setup like this, it's safe to say this is a purpose-built machine. It's less about comfort or cosmetics and more about what it can do under throttle. As a project, this is for a very specific buyer. Either someone who wants a ready-to-go drag car or someone looking to fine-tune and push performance even further. For $17,000, you're getting a seriously powerful build that would cost far more to replicate from scratch. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 11. 1967 Ford Mustang, priced at $17,800. Located in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Now this is one of those classics that never goes out of style. The 67 Mustang sits right in that sweet spot, more aggressive than the early models, but still keeping that timeless muscle car look. Finished in a lime gold patina with a black interior, this one has a really cool mix of originality and character. The patina gives it that worn-in, vintage vibe, while still looking clean and intentional. Under the hood, it's powered by a rebuilt 289 V8 paired with an automatic transmission. The seller mentions it runs great, smooth, and dependable, something you can actually drive anywhere right now without worry. It's also been upgraded in the right places, with Willwood disc brakes and power steering, making it a lot more enjoyable and manageable to drive compared to a fully stock setup. Sitting on Craig RSS wheels with T/A radials, it's got that perfect classic muscle stance. On the road, this Mustang delivers that classic V8 feel, smooth cruising with just enough punch when you get on it. It's not overbuilt, just a well-balanced driver. Condition-wise, this is where it really stands out. Clean interior, everything working, solid undercarriage, and original body panels with no rust. That's a big deal for a car of this age. As a restoration project, you really don't need much here. It's already a strong driver, so it comes down to whether you want to preserve the patina or take it to a full repaint. For $17,800, this is a clean, reliable classic Mustang with great upgrades and real everyday drivability. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 12. 1955 Ford Thunderbird V8 Automatic priced at $19,500. Located in Elk Grove, California. Now this right here is pure 1950s American style. The 55 Thunderbird was Ford's answer to the personal luxury sports car, and it still stands as one of the most iconic designs of the era. Finished in goldenrod yellow with a two-tone black and yellow interior, this one really captures that vibrant, eye-catching look that defined the mid-50s. It's bright, elegant, and full of personality. Under the hood, you've got a classic V8 paired with an automatic transmission, delivering that smooth, effortless cruising experience these cars are known for. It's not about speed, it's about style and comfort. This particular car was fully restored back in the 90s and has been kept indoors ever since, which really shows in its overall condition. The interior is in excellent shape, with no rips or tears, and everything presents very well for its age. Behind the wheel, the Thunderbird feels like a true cruiser. It's relaxed, easy to drive, and perfect for weekend drives, car shows, or just enjoying that vintage vibe on the road. As for restoration potential, it's already in great condition, so it really comes down to preservation. Keep it as is and enjoy it, or take it to the next level with a more modern restoration touch. For $19,500, this is a beautifully maintained classic that delivers timeless design and a true slice of 1950s motoring. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 13. 1976 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Coupe 2D priced at $17,000. Located in Sebring, Florida. Now this is classic American performance with serious presence. The 76 Corvette Stingray brings that unmistakable long hood, sharp lines, and low-slung stance that defined the C3 generation. Finished in blue with a black leather interior, this one has that timeless sports car look, clean, aggressive, and still turning heads decades later. Under the hood, it's powered by the L82 350 V8 paired with a turbo-hydromatic automatic transmission. It's not just about looks either. This car is well equipped with features like four-wheel disc brakes, independent suspension all around, and a posi-traction rear end, making it a solid performer for its time. The driving experience here is exactly what you'd expect from a classic Corvette: smooth cruising, strong acceleration, and a planted feel on the road. According to the seller, it runs, drives, and brakes perfectly, and is ready for long-distance cruising without needing anything major. Condition-wise, this is a very well-kept example. It comes with both hard T-tops and glass T-tops, plus a long list of recent maintenance like a transmission service, new BrakeMaster cylinder, and refreshed power steering system. Of course, it's not perfect, the AC needs updating, and the radio isn't working properly. There's also a small cosmetic crack near the rear wheel well, but nothing major. As a restoration project, this one is more about light refinement than a full rebuild. It's already a strong driver you can enjoy right away. For $17,000, this is a well-optioned Stingray that delivers classic Corvette style and performance at a very reasonable price. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 14. 1963 Lincoln Continental Convertible priced at $28,000. Located in Adams Run, South Carolina. Now this is one of the most iconic American luxury cars ever built. The early 60s Continental, especially in convertible form, is just on another level when it comes to presence and design. Finished in red over a matching red interior, this one makes a bold statement. You've got those clean slab sides, the signature suicide doors, and that long, low profile that just screams classic American luxury. Under the hood, it's paired with an automatic transmission, built more for smooth cruising than anything else. This car isn't about speed, it's about making an entrance and enjoying the ride. This particular example is being offered as a running project, but there's a lot to like here. The body is described as very straight and completely rust-free, which is huge for a car of this size and age. Even the underside has been coated and looks solid. It was partially restored back in the early 2000s but never fully completed, and the good news is it comes with all the parts. That makes this a really strong starting point whether you're thinking restoration or even a restomod build. One of the main issues is the convertible top not working, but according to the seller, it may just need a relay replacement. Everything else in the top system has been tested, so that could be a relatively simple fix. Driving this car, even in its current state, is all about that classic floaty ride. Big, smooth, and full of character. It's the kind of car that turns heads everywhere you go. As for restoration potential, this is where it really shines. With a rust-free body and complete parts, you're skipping some of the hardest and most expensive steps. From here, it's all about bringing it back to life. At $28,000, it's not cheap, but for a Continental convertible with this kind of foundation, it could absolutely be worth it. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 15. 1967 Sunbeam Alpine, priced at $5,000. Located in Malvern, Pennsylvania. Now here's a lightweight British roadster that doesn't get talked about enough. The 67 Sunbeam Alpine is all about simple, open-top driving with classic European charm. Finished in red with a black interior, it has that timeless vintage look, low, sleek, and just the right amount of sporty. It's not over the top, but it's got character. Under the hood, you've got a small, efficient engine paired with a manual transmission, which really fits the personality of the car. This isn't about straight-line speed, it's about enjoying the drive, shifting gears, and feeling connected to the road. The previous owner already handled some important maintenance, including new brakes, a water pump, a full tune-up, plus a new convertible top and seats. That's a solid foundation right there. Condition-wise, it's a driver. The paint is faded and cracking, so cosmetically it could use attention, but the good news is it doesn't appear to have any major rust issues, which is always a big win for a car like this. Behind the wheel, the Alpine is light, nimble, and just fun. It's the kind of car you take out on a sunny day, top down, and just cruise. As a restoration project, this is a great entry point. You can enjoy it as is while slowly improving the cosmetics, or go all in on a full restoration. For $5,000, this is an affordable classic roadster with charm, simplicity, and plenty of potential. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 16. 1978 Chevrolet Impala, priced at $8,500. Located in Marianna, Florida. Now here's a full-size American cruiser that's all about comfort and reliability. The 78 Impala represents the late 70s era perfectly big, smooth, and built for easy driving. Finished in red with a matching red interior, this one really leans into that classic, bold look. It's got that clean, traditional styling that makes these cars so recognizable. Under the hood, it's powered by a 305 V8 paired with a 350 automatic transmission. Nothing too wild, but exactly what you want for a dependable cruiser. The seller mentions everything works, including the AC, which is a huge bonus, especially in warmer climates. This car also comes with relatively low original mileage at just over 62,000 miles, and even includes original paperwork like the build sheet and owner's manual. That's always a nice touch for collectors. Condition-wise, it sounds like a very solid example. No rust anywhere, which is a big deal for a car of this age, plus it's already had some important updates like a new radiator and exhaust. On the road, this Impala is all about smooth, relaxed cruising. It's not built for speed, it's built to float down the highway in comfort. As a restoration project, you really don't need much here. It's already a clean driver, so it's more about preserving its originality or making small cosmetic improvements. For $8,500, this is a well-kept, low-mileage classic that you can jump in and enjoy right away. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 17. 1962 Ford Galaxy, priced at $28,500. Located in Wilmington, North Carolina. Now this is what classic full-size American style is all about. The 62 Galaxy 500 brings that long, low, and wide presence that just screams early 60s cruising. Finished in red on red, this car makes a bold statement. The paint is described as super slick, and paired with a matching interior, it really gives off that clean, show-quality vibe. Under the hood, it's powered by a 390 cubic inch V8 with a 4-barrel carburetor, paired to a 3-speed automatic transmission. That's a strong, classic setup that delivers plenty of torque and smooth power. Out on the road, this Galaxy is all about effortless cruising. The seller mentions it runs and drives incredible, which is exactly what you want from a car in this category: big power, smooth ride, and comfort. What really stands out here is the condition. The underside is described as extremely solid, and overall, this is said to be one of the nicest 62 Galaxies you're likely to come across. That says a lot. With features like air conditioning already in place, it's also a car you can actually enjoy regularly, not just look at. As for restoration potential, there's really not much needed. This is more about preservation or minor detailing rather than a full project. For $28,500, you're getting a very clean, well-presented full-size classic with strong performance and standout looks. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 18. 1964 Cadillac Series 62, priced at $5,900. Located in Pillager, Minnesota. Now this is classic Cadillac luxury from the golden era. The 64 Series 62 represents everything people love about vintage American cars: big, bold, and unapologetically stylish. Finished in silver with a matching silver interior, this one has that clean, elegant look that really fits the Cadillac name. Long body lines, lots of chrome, and that unmistakable presence on the road. Under the hood, you've got a V8 paired with an automatic transmission, delivering that smooth, floating ride Cadillac was known for. This is the kind of car that's all about comfort, cruising down the road effortlessly. The seller mentions that it runs good, which is a solid starting point. However, there are a few things to note. The air conditioning and heat are currently not working, and cosmetically, there are some imperfections. Like a bit of rust on the trunk lid, a dent on the front of the roof, and a scratch along the driver's side. But honestly, for a car at this price point, that's pretty expected. Behind the wheel, this Cadillac is all about that classic land yacht feel: soft suspension, relaxed driving, and pure vintage comfort. As a restoration project, this is where it gets interesting. It's a running, driving car that just needs cosmetic attention and some system fixes to really shine again. For $5,900, this is an affordable entry into classic Cadillac ownership with plenty of upside. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 19. 1965 Ford Mustang Coupe 2D, priced at $24,950. Located in Putnam, Illinois. Now this is where the Mustang story really begins. The 65 Coupe is one of the most iconic American cars ever made, and this one looks like a seriously clean example. Finished in orange with a black interior, it's got a bold, eye-catching look while still staying true to that classic Mustang identity. Simple lines, compact proportions, and that unmistakable 60s charm. Under the hood, this one features a D-code 289 cubic inch V8 with a 4-barrel carburetor, paired with a C4 automatic transmission. That's a strong and desirable setup, plenty of power, smooth shifting, and very usable for everyday driving. It's also been upgraded with front disc brakes, which is a big improvement over the original setup, giving you more confidence behind the wheel. Combined with polished aluminum wheels and good tires, it's ready to hit the road. Driving this Mustang is all about balance. It's light, responsive, and has that classic V8 rumble without feeling overwhelming. Just a really enjoyable, easy classic to live with. Condition-wise, this car stands out. The paint shines beautifully, the undercarriage is described as excellent, and overall it's a very solid, well-kept example. The seller even mentions it's rare to find one in this kind of condition. As a restoration project, there's really nothing urgent here. It's more about maintaining what's already a great car or making small personal touches. For $24,950, this is a clean, well-optioned early Mustang that you can drive and enjoy right away. Alright, let's move on to the next classic. Number 20. 1969 Mercedes-Benz 280S, priced at $9,500. Located in Newnan, Georgia. This right here is classic Mercedes-Benz at its finest, clean, understated, and built with that legendary German solidity. The late 60s S-Class lineup really set the tone for luxury sedans, and the 280S is a perfect example of that era. Finished in white with a brown interior, it's got that timeless, classy look. Nothing flashy, just pure elegance. The kind of car that doesn't need to try too hard to stand out. Under the hood, you're getting a straight-six engine paired with an automatic transmission. It's not a performance car, but that's not the point. This thing is all about smooth cruising, reliability, and that signature Mercedes ride quality. With around 85,000 miles and described as well-kept and all original, this sounds like a true survivor. And the big highlight here, zero rust. That's huge for a car of this age and really adds to its value. Driving this 280S is more about the experience than the speed. It's calm, composed, and comfortable. You just float down the road, enjoying that vintage luxury feel that modern cars often miss. Condition-wise, it seems like a very honest car. Originality is always a big plus in the classic world, and this one hasn't been overly modified or messed with. As for restoration potential, you've got options. You could preserve it as a clean original, or take it further with a full cosmetic refresh to really make it shine. At $9,500, this is a pretty affordable entry into classic Mercedes ownership, especially for something this clean and rust-free.